Hey guys, so this is my video response to all the comments that people have been making under my post about self-defense and gender bias. So hopefully I'll be able to clarify my original position and then address some of the comments that you guys have been making. Okay, so the comment was an obvious reference to the Ray Rice incident with his then fiancee Janae and all the backlash that I really felt was sort of irrational and sexist and wrong. Okay, so before discussing our conclusions about what happened, of course, we need to come to some objective agreement about what actually happened, what the facts are. And it seems to me that there are people out there, they tend to be the people that don't agree with me for whatever reason, that are insanely disputing what the actual facts are. I think it's insane because there's a video. So let's watch the video so we can come to some objective agreement about what really happened. So as Janae walks into the frame, looks like Ray makes a jerk comment to her, and then she just backhands him right in the face. Okay, it's undeniable that she's committed a battery. That's nothing if not insulting and provoking. She's obviously the initial aggressor. It's on camera. Now, she then walks away, which means Ray has absolutely no right to hit her whatsoever. Self-defense is not, someone hit me, so I'm going to go pop them back. You can only hit someone, it's only justifiable if you do so because it's necessary to prevent an imminent threat of a battery against you. So they get in the elevator, and Ray does the exact same thing he did in the hall. He kind of barks at her. His arms are at his side. He's at arm's length. He's clearly not threatening her with any physical violence. He's just being a dick. Janae then decides she's going to hit him in the face again. Here her arm comes up, and then we see her left hand landing on the left side of his face for battery number 2. Okay, at this point, he is totally justified in using physical force to defend himself. She had just hit him before, and she's in the act of hitting him again. Ladies and gentlemen, if self-defense means anything at all, it means that if someone's hitting you in the face, you can hit them back to get them to stop. So he hits her with the defensive swing. You can see he's got an open hand, and then he backs away from her. This is absolutely critical. Then while he's cornered, she attacks him. So here she is making a run at him from across the elevator. Now, I don't know if she's going over there to slap him in the face, step on his feet, or kick him in the balls, or rip at his neck with her nails, or gouge him in the eye and blind him for life, or if she's just going to spit on him. I don't know and I don't care. It doesn't matter. What we do know is she's going over there to commit her third battery. Now, Ray Rice, anybody, is totally justified in preventing a battery through the use of force, legally, morally. If someone attacks you, and you can stop them. Now, you can only use deadly force, like taking a gun out and shooting someone or stabbing them in the torso, if you reasonably believe it's necessary to protect yourself from death or like great bodily harm. But that's irrelevant to this case. So Ray takes another defensive swing with the left, catches her just right on the button. She goes down. Looks like he's got a cupped hand. And then he stops, right? It's not what you'd expect out of a violent guy who's just attacking some woman, right? No, he doesn't get on top of her and choke her. He doesn't kick her. He doesn't spit on her. He stops. He did just what was necessary to neutralize the attack on him, and then he's done. All right, so those are the facts. Let's get to some of your posts. Steven writes, he should have put her in an arm bar. Allie says, come on, he didn't have to knock her out. Megan posts, he shouldn't have hit her so hard. And Gus writes, come on, would you resort to such violence against someone who's smaller than you? So I'll call this the excessive force argument, and it's, halfway rational. And I can totally see where you people are coming from, but it's a wildly untenable standard that cannot be the standard. Unfortunately, you guys are just objectively wrong, and I'll explain why. Let's get to some more posts. Molly says, well, he's a football player with at least 6 inches and 100 pounds on her, which is not true. He's a coward and a criminal, and if anyone thinks this is the first time or the last time he's done this to a woman, you're incredibly stupid or a misogynist. That is beyond ridiculous and offensive. That is fucking scary. That is crazy, discredited doctrine. Oh, I think someone's done something one time. Oh, so they've definitely done it before, and they'll do it again. That is absolute belligerence. Fuck that. Oh, we caught someone stealing a loaf of bread. Well, once a thief, always a thief. He's done it before, probably, right? He'll do it again, probably, right? Let's cut his hand off. This is disgusting. Now, if you want to say something rational like our best scientific evidence shows that people who engage in domestic violence typically have done it before, typically they'll do it again, that's what the research shows, that's reasonable. And I would agree with you, but that's not what you said. What you said was some scary bullshit. Shannon writes, if Ray was a cop, she'd be shot center mass. Well, we're kind of getting away from my post and the point that I was trying to make, but you're probably right, Shannon. Kevin says, look, I don't think a single incident sums up a person's life. Couldn't agree with you more, Kevin. Goes on to write, Look, if you're going to attack a football player who's in a corner, don't expect a hug. It's absolutely right, Kevin. Real easy way not to get hit by a football player, don't attack one when they're backed into a corner. Molly then says, so she deserved to get hit, question mark? Duh. And then she says, well, that's the she was wearing a short skirt, so she deserved to get raped argument. What the fuck are you talking about? Those two have absolutely nothing to do with each other. Again, you're grasping at straws. Molly, I'm sure you're a very smart person, but on this issue, you're totally irrational. I don't know what you're talking about. She goes on to say, how about instead of teaching women how not to get hit, we teach men not to hit. This exposes your deep-seated gender bias. I've dealt professionally with over 1,000 domestic violence cases, and that statement's fucking ridiculous. Women perpetrate domestic violence against women, against men all the time. Take a look at the shit that results from that kind of sexism. This is a video that was sent to me by a friend in Bloomington. This just happened. Some guy videotapes himself getting the shit beat out of him by some girl because he knows that this gender bias exists and he can't do anything about it. Vince says, you're an idiot. I can't disagree with you, Vince. I am an idiot. I've got the track record to prove it. But unfortunately, that's ad hominem. It doesn't make any sense. It's not relevant. And then you go on to say, you're an idiot. I think you're looking for, you are an idiot, Kevin. I can't agree with that. He's an engineer and a pretty sharp guy. Justin says, come on, if it's a 130-pound man, does everyone still feel the same way? Of course they would, Justin. Ray Rice is a lot bigger than me. He can beat the shit out of me. Now, if I slapped him in the face twice and then he backed away from me and I took a run at him and then he knocked me out, everyone would say he was totally justified in doing that. What the fuck were you thinking? You took a run at Ray Rice and he knocked you out like he should have. Vince says, no amount of alcohol gives me the right to hit my wife. We totally agree with you, Vince, there. All right, Angie makes the excessive force argument again. Let's take this head on. Okay, first of all, let me be clear. I think this is bullshit. Really, people just don't like the sight of a woman getting hit by a guy. And I don't like it either, but I recognize that's just my gender bias, and I also understand he's defending himself. Well, first of all, there are plenty of small people, men and women, that could beat the hell out of bigger people, men and women. But that doesn't matter, because if someone takes a run at you, we don't expect in a split second you're going to magically know, okay, what exactly is the amount of force that they're using, and what exactly is the percentage of my strength and moves that I have to use to perfectly subdue this person. Come on, you know that's fucking ridiculous. Look at this situation here, man. The first blow he throws at her doesn't even seem to fucking phase her. The second one, which is virtually identical, a couple people are saying, okay, well, that one was excessive force? Are you kidding me? Someone makes a fucking attack on you, you can totally defend yourself by swiping at their head. To demonstrate our gender bias, take a look at a video of some girl knocking a guy in his ass. Notice no one says, oh, that was excessive force. The only question, which is the only rational question we should ask, is she defending herself? And if she's defending herself, then she's got every right to knock him on his ass. Here's another video for all you people who think, well, she was just a little girl, so she didn't really pose a threat, which is totally ridiculous. Here's a little video you might remember that shows just how ridiculous this whole can't use excessive force, got to try and restrain someone if they're smaller than you argument is. Here's a small female attacker. Obviously, her victim is much bigger than her, but she just goes to work on this guy. Battery, 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 and he's trying to restrain her, right? He's surrounded by bodyguards, but again, everyone's too afraid to actually incapacitate this person just because it's a female, and she commits another battery. Boom, gets another kick in. This elevator is full of people. She's really causing carnage. This whole trying to restrain her is just escalating the violent situation. It's very dangerous. There's other people in there that could have got hurt. Boom, she kicks the shit out of him again. These are professional bodyguards that can't stop this carnage. She could crack a rib, puncture a lung. This is crazy. Full disclosure, I was raised not to hit women, and I don't. In fact, there are people here on Facebook that have seen multiple women, crazy, drunk, jealous, beating on my chest, scratching my face, hit me in the face, hit me with keys, and I've never done anything about it. I never retaliate. I just take the abuse. But that's not how we judge other people. That's not how you make public policy. You do so on the basis of rational, objective standards, not your own personal bullshit. And the correct, objective, non-biased standard is very simple. It doesn't matter who you are.
young, old, black, white, small, big, male, or female. You don't put your hands on someone, and if you try to, they absolutely have the moral and legal right to defend themselves.